I was up before 6. I've already got my coffee drink. It's 45 degrees. So doing as much as I can while I still got the blanket on, but about ready to pack things up and get going. It was a quiet night. No deer, no bears. It's all right. On my way back to trail, came from that way. And in the description, it sounded like the trail where it left the PCT wasn't really well marked. But I'm heading the right direction. So whether it's the trail or not, I'll get there. Well, the trail came from that way, and I was supposed to have come out about 1/10 of a mile over there. So I'd gotten off on an old road or something, but 10 after 7, and I'm getting going. There's a bunch of downhill up ahead after I do a little bit of uphill first, like 5 miles from here, coming from over there. And yeah, I still have several more miles of bad blowdowns according to people's notes. So I think the trail's underneath there. People have been going around up over there. Going that way. What do y'all think? Maybe a little bit clearer than yesterday? Trail has been quiet. So many hikers skipped around. It's kind of nice, like I have it to myself. Coming from that way, and there's bushes over here. I was over there. And yesterday, you might have heard it in my voice, I was getting a little frustrated and discouraged at my slow progress. And I had planned to do the next couple of miles yesterday before the end of, before I made camp. And it's rough going again. So I am glad that I'm doing it this morning with fresh legs. Coming from there. And I'm going there. Cleared up a little bit. This might not look very different from what I saw before, but I still think it's amazing. Going up there. Like I said, there's still going to be a lot of blowdowns, but this morning I hear chainsaws in the distance behind me, so maybe they're getting some of those taken care of. But it's all just slow going anyway. No sense worrying about it. Coming from that way, and up there where that deer just walked up. Come on, focus. Anyway, about a 1/4 mile up over this little saddle and down to the valley is another water source, Alder Creek. Could have found a camping spot up there. This is kind of where I planned to make it yesterday before I got slowed down. I'm heading that way. I've got most of a bottle of water, and it's only a few miles to the next water source. And there's going to be some uphill, so feeling pretty good this morning. So I'm heading up that way. And I get the feeling that I'm being followed. What you waiting for? So I'm waiting for you to get out of the way, two-leg. coming from up there, and quite a view, even if it is obscured by smoke. I'm looking at the map. I'm going to go around here. I'm going to have about 1.25 miles of uphill and then 9 miles of down, just following that south face. So I reckon that's going to bring me way down there. It's just kind of neat whenever you can see it like that. Let me get over here. Came down from there and around. And going up there. It's like 400 foot of elevation gain per mile, but it's only 0.8 of a mile. I can handle that. Oh, do you mind being on camera?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. I've got Lost and Found is sick, so I haven't touched her or come too close. And she's got deer that like to hang out with her. And I will see you later, ma'am. All right, 10.5 miles of downhill, 3,500 foot of elevation to shed. Might be too much of a good thing, but we'll see how it goes. This looks like a fairly recent fall, and it's been cleared. So hopefully a lot of the blowdowns will be out of the way, make better miles. Already done one switchback. And looks like I can be in the shade for most of this, so that's good. Talking with Lost and Found, trying to figure out, do I want to go to Shasta? My original plan was to skip it, resupply at the little store at Dunsmuir, and then get going. But the logistics of getting from Etna Summit down to Etna and getting around the burn area, something I need to think about, start forming a plan. It's only like 40 miles to I-5, and then another 100 miles to Etna Summit. I don't want to skip, but I also don't want to get stuck without a ride. Coming from that way, and I can hear Deer Creek. There was supposed to be a trail down to the spring, but I missed it. But that's all right, because it's only 1 mile downhill to where the trail crosses the spring. And it's a pretty day. That tree fell on the other side of the creek, the little valley, and reached clear up here across the trail. And it's just neat. Doesn't look like they've all been cleared. I climbed up onto it there, and my knees didn't like me jumping down. All right, this is a good creek. Gonna drop my pack, drink a bottle, probably grab a bottle, and then get back with my downhill. I've got a sore spot on big toe of my left foot, and it's telling me that I'm gonna get tired of downhill before long. Oh. Walked right up to greet us.
Want some piss?
Anybody pee around here? So they're not all cleared. So it's 12:30. I've only done about 7.5 miles. The last water source stopped, got water, and then a hiker I haven't seen since the Appalachian Trail got there, and enjoyed just stopping and talking. and talk for quite a while. Still have like 8 or 9 miles of downhill, and then a mile or two of just kind of ups and downs. And the last water source will be make for like an 18 or 19 mile day, but it's right before an 8-mile water carry with 6 miles of uphill. Less than 40 miles from the highway where you can get to Dunsmuir to resupply, or Mount Shasta. I'll be needing Wi-Fi and to recharge. And don't know how much farther than that I'll hike for trying to hitch to a town and then get around the burn area, the fire. So those things I'm thinking about working on, and still got some nice downhill. These 2 trees here are huge. Hiker for scale. I mean, anyway, I like big trees. This one's huge too. Like 6 foot across. So this was another great big one. Again, hiker for scale. Coming down from that way and going up that way. You can already see another blowdown. Been a lot of blowdowns. But as well as the hiker I hadn't seen since the AT, Beans, short circuit came to the water source just before I left. And remember, he had gone back to the church there in Bernie. He said that there was a lot of people there. Just about everybody was going to get a hitch. Probably up to like Costella, Shasta, up the next highway. Worried about the smoke. And so that would explain why I haven't seen many people on trail. That one was no problem. But this has been what the trail has looked like for the most part. Not bad. Just kind of the same. This is another really nice water source that I'm not going to have tomorrow going uphill. And here's Beans, the one I told you about from the AT. This is really pretty. I wish I didn't carry a bottle of water down here. Probably ought to drink that. It's just a pretty water source. I stopped long enough to grab a bottle. I drank the bottle I was carrying. Because in about 4 miles, get to the McLeod River, and they say it's got a lot of silt. And it is like around 2:15. And another lovely stream. Tomorrow, I bet I'll be complaining about the lacks of these. Going that way. Came down from over there. Still a lot of blowdowns. I'd seen this great big tree that was broken off halfway up next to another whole one. And then came around, and there's another great big tree. But this one, as I went to walk by, it's another one that burned out on the inside. Still living. I think it's cool. This guy has velvet on his antlers. So going down steep uphill or downhill with rocks. and that big toe is getting more and more sore. I cleaned it last night with a wipe. Tonight I think I'm going to have to dig at it with a pocket knife or maybe a safety pin. I need some water. I think the trail's going to cross it here just a little bit. So gotten down quite a bit farther, and it's gotten warmer and less shade. Very cool. Ammo cans filled with granola bars, and then Pop-Tarts and electrolyte powders. But I am already carrying more bars than I need, and I'm good on electrolytes. But I'm still very much appreciate somebody doing that. It might have been easier to get to the water higher up the trail. Looks like it goes under the road here. I didn't end up grabbing water because I didn't want to walk back uphill to where I could get to it easier. I think there's water ahead in like a mile or so. This is the McCloud River. Not the water source I was talking about. Because as you can see, the McCloud River is McCloudy with silt. Just thought this was an interesting choice. Been hiking above the river for like a mile without very many opportunities to get a good view of it. Those big rivers like the McCloud River are great for leave no trace backpacking, because whenever you're going over it, you can just take all your trash and throw it over into the water and whew, disappears without a trace. So here's a campsite right next to this creek. This is Fitzhugh Gulch. And it is, well, it's right at 5. So I need water, and I also need to upload videos. And I'm like 20 some miles from town. Here's another spot right on the creek. I found a spot higher up on the hill farther away from the water, so I'm going to take my bag up there, get some water, get my battery charging so I can edit videos, because I'm several videos behind. 2018, somebody said that the Wi-Fi at the church in Shasta had good upload speed, so I need to be ready to upload as soon as I get there. Well, I thought I was recording. All right. Those other spots I just pointed out are right over there. So I'm not that far away. It's not like the mosquitoes aren't going to be able to find me. This spot's a little bit sloped. I might look around and see if there's another one, but I'll take these rocks and try to set my tent up and get to work on editing videos.